District train station. This is the march to SPOG, the Seattle Police Officers Guild. This is the same place that we marched back on August 16th, and they are setting up and just getting ready to start the march now. I am going to send the camera up. Let me explain to you a little bit of what's happened today and also kind of what the situation is at the moment. First of all, bigger group than was here on the 16th. That's number one. 1 second, because I'm navigating power lines. Okay. Part one, bigger group than last time. That came on the 16th. Not surprising because it's a Labor Day and it's a holiday. The second thing is there was already 2 incidents that were here. One of them just as I was walking up, and then another one as I was setting equipment up. So I was not able to capture either of those. The first incident is Matthew, our resident religious dude. Oh, he's still here. I could hear him chanting. I'm trying to be objective because Matthew has just become nails on a chalkboard to me. He really has at this point. So I'm trying to be kind. Matthew got a little roughed up. I guess that's the most objective thing that I could say. But he is still here, so I think roughed up is the operative word. That was happening just as I was here, trying to be disruptive. The second thing that happened, Seattle police moved in very quickly and they took a person into custody. I don't know who, I don't know why, I don't know anything, but they came in very quickly with a very big show of force. And an individual again was taken into custody, and that is the sum total of what I know. As my understanding is, the march is going to the Seattle Police Officers Guild. Couple of housekeeping things that I want to just call out. First of all, if you're watching, what you can do, like, subscribe, follow, share, watch party. The more likes, the more follows, the more shares, the more subscribes, the more eyeballs, and the more eyeballs, the more we can provide you independent media and show you the before, during, and after. This will be a significant amount of time for us to march to Seattle Police Officers Guild. It's about a 1.8 mile walk, assuming that we follow the same route we followed last time, which was, as far as I could tell, about the most direct route there. The other thing is, if you're watching this stream and you're not watching it on Seattle Protest Network, or you're not watching it through a watch party, or you're not watching it at Malcontentment Tango, whether that's Malcontentment Tango on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, or Facebook, or Periscope, technically. Periscope and Twitter are one and the same. You are watching a scrape, and people that use scrapes are basically taking RIP. So support the original journalists that are showing you this. On Twitch, it's Malcontentment Tango. On Facebook, it's Malcontentment Tango. On YouTube, it's Malcontentment Tango. And on Twitter, Periscope, it's Malcontentment T, the letter T. So just like 2 T's at the end. If you love our moderators are paid in hearts. So go ahead and spam those hearts to show your love to the moderators. And again, you'll have to, just on this street, You may see some wiggles or moves on the pole just because I'm having to keep an eye for power lines. It appears that Matthew is actually planning to come all the way down to SPOG. Things could get very interesting for him. I would estimate easily 200 people. Another thing to remember, you can see things a lot better than I can see them because the camera is mounted up on a pole. I don't think that's SPD. I could be wrong. I don't see a police cruiser back there. Yeah, it was Matthew with his bullhorn. Couple of reminders if people are blowing up comments or have questions. When we're moving like this, hey, how are you? Yep. If you're blowing up comments, you got questions. When we're walking like this, I can't read your comments. For those of you just tuning in, we are live. We are in Seattle. This is a march to the Seattle Police Officers Guild. Seattle Police Officers Guild would be the equivalent of the Benevolent Officers Association or the police union, depending on what organization and city you live in. If there is one person in this city that could have me lose all objectivity, it's Matthew. If there is one person that I like, hey, Seattle Police, if you arrest me today and you want to do psychological warfare on me, arrest Matthew, put him in the same cell with me with his PA system. I'm pretty sure that would be a violation of the Geneva Convention.
He is a bit trying, I'll say. He was calming down for a while, but...
Well, he got a little roughed up. Yes, he got a little roughed up. So, and I know he got quiet. Yeah, we're going to find out how good he can run after sucking in tear gas, I think.
Yeah.
Or pepper spray or smoke grenades or whatever else they have planned for us today.
He might not recognize it.
It's kind of an act with him.
Yeah, I think so. Did you see people doing a conga dance around him at Westlake a few weeks ago?
No, I didn't.
Had, salsa music and people were dancing. And he started in the middle doing his thing, and they were doing a conga line around him.
That's fantastic.
It was excellent.
Again, there is a much bigger contingent than what was out here on the 16th of August.
trying to think when was the 16th. Oh, when you first went to SPOG?
That was Sunday. It was a Sunday march to
Okay,
SPOG.
I'm looking at your name. You Polish?
No, Hungarian.
Hungarian, okay. When I ever see a Z, I understand it's Polish. My family's Polish.
All right, so if you're not familiar with Seattle, since we're kind of in the quieter part of things, if I turn the camera a little bit here, that right there is nicknamed the Clink here in Seattle. That is where the Seattle Seahawks and the Seattle Sounders play. And if I turn the camera a little bit more, that there is T-Mobile Park. I don't know if I will ever get used to calling that T-Mobile Park. I liked Safeco just so much better. All right, we're all good. We're all good with the feed. I got it. All right, just a reminder, if you are not watching this stream on Malcontent Tango, whether that's Malcontent Tango on Twitter, Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, and you're not watching it on Seattle Protest Network, SPN, you are watching an unauthorized scrape. If you like independent journalism and independent media, the best thing you can do, stop watching on that scrape and start watching on our channels. Twitter, Malcontentment T, 2 T's, Malcontentment with the second T. Periscope, the same. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, Malcontentment Tango. Like, follow, subscribe, share, watch party. And just a reminder, all of our moderators are paid in hearts. So the best thing you can do to give them a pay raise is spam those hearts. Give them lots and lots and lots of hearts. The other thing with us spamming those hearts, that helps with the Facebook algorithm. And that Facebook algorithm gets more eyeballs on the stream. It gets more independent journalism going. There is a lot more people than last time. All right, little pause for the cause. Brendan, no, I didn't hear that they're doing that over there at the park. They are barricaded out. That'll be interesting on what they do, setting it up in the streets. I would like to remind the trolls that like to comment on things like keep out of the road. Well, I guess the same thing applies to those Christian concert goings that are setting up in the street to listen to a Christian concert. Do they have a permit? No, they don't have a permit. I just don't like hypocrisy. And to me, if the city had allowed that to happen, if they hadn't closed the park, if they weren't treating this like they were treating things at Cal Anderson and current events, then the position would be hypocrisy. And I appreciate the city of Seattle and the city parks on not being hypocrites on what's happening at Gasworks Park right now. And being at least somewhat consistent, because they haven't been consistent. The other thing is, if you do see somebody, I'm gonna try and move because I think that flag is just waving into the big camera over and over again. If you're aware of an illegal scrape of the feed going on somewhere, go ahead and just report that illegal feed as a copyright violation. And go ahead and message us the link. And we will do our DMCA takedowns tomorrow morning. I can't say that I've ever seen Matthew this fired up.
Do his prophets no harm! Don't touch his anointed!
Maybe Matthew should stop touching himself. Typically when there's pauses like this, we're at the back of the group. Typically when the group pauses like this, what's happening is car brigade and bike brigade is setting up to make it more challenging for somebody to drive through the group of protesters. The thing that's, when you have a very large group like this, people that generally feel compelled to drive their cars through protesters are less likely to do it when there's more people there. Likewise, my experience has been the Seattle Police Department is less likely to use force when there is a larger group. If you hear a little bit of a trumpet every now and then, that is not Trumpet Man. That is another person. And they have something that looks like a miniature trumpet. I used to be like all up on my classical instruments, but I can't say, I'm not sure what it is. And it's not a bugle, it's like even smaller than a bugle. And I would say, hey, somebody tell me in the comments, but if you tell me now, I'll probably be reading comments 5 hours from now, and then I won't even remember anymore. For those of you not familiar with Seattle, this part of the city is called SODO, which stands for South of Dome. The dome is long gone. It's been gone 20 years and change. It was blown up. It actually was blown up the week I moved here. We joked as a family they did it just for us. Joke. And instead, what was built was Safeco Field, which is now called T-Mobile Park. Baseball park green and pink. It's just not a good, or magenta, sorry T-Mobile, magenta. Just not a good color combination, but it is what it is. If you ever come to Seattle and you're a baseball fan, it is a magnificent ballpark. you? Good.
This is a big one.
Yeah. Yeah. Same to you.
Yeah.
You got a.
Not prepared now.
Oh.
Yeah, I know that's gonna be a big one.
Try to stay more to the back, I would say then.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna feel it out. See where I can.
We'll see what happens. There's kids and there's dogs, and so I'm.
In here?
Oh yeah, there's some people with kids walking towards the back.
Very crazy.
I know. I know.
They don't know what's about to happen.
I know.
They understand.
I'm worried about it. I hope the big picture's taken into account. We'll see. So if I just turn here, you probably got a nice view of T-Mobile Park. Again, that's where the Mariners play. The Mariners have the inglorious distinction of the longest postseason drought in MLB right now. And there is no way they're going to see the postseason this year. So the drought will continue.
It's like, I think it's like a story, right?
We moved quietly through here last time. Well, I've said it many times before. We report it. Doesn't mean we agree with it. Yeah, this is a much bigger group than last time, because when we came through on the 16th of August on the same route, people were just on the one side, not on both sides. So I would estimate there are double the number of people here. Looks like there's some mainstream media up there. They're asking the people to get over onto the one side because if you
Who
could,
streets? Duwamish Street! Who 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 streets?
for those of you not from the area, the Duwamish are an indigenous tribe that before there was Seattle, this was Duwamish land. They are saying Duwamish streets. As I was starting to explain earlier, they were asking people to pull down. As you can see, there are traffic ramps to our left and to our right. So if people continued to move on that side, they would be split, and there would be traffic islands. And I think, if I remember right, there's a low fence over there. So the group would have got split up. And again, typically when the group pauses like this, it is because they are waiting for the car brigade and the bike brigade to line up and take up a defensive position.
Kill all these racist cops! Kill all these racist cops!
If you're just tuning in, we are live. We're in Seattle. This is the Labor Day March to SPOG.
I don't see shit!
SPOG is the Seattle Police Officers Guild. That is basically the Seattle Police Union. Some cities might call that the Benevolent Association, or they might just call it the Police Union.
I don't see shit! I don't see shit!
Mike Solon, the president of the Seattle Police Officers Guild, is a bit of a controversial figure. One of the things that I have said a lot about is about how Mike Solon was under investigation for committing voter fraud for 16 years. He was registered, I did remember right, there is a low barrier there. He was registered to vote at the South Precinct Police Station for 16 years, which he is not allowed to do. And he was not listed as somebody in a protected group, e.g. somebody that would hide their address for safety reasons. The follow-up that I have, and I did hear some follow-up, is he has changed his address to his home in West Seattle, and the Board of Elections has dropped the investigation because he's changed his address.
Oh, right there, right there.
So I guess you could say, without squinting really hard, that Mike Solon got away with 16 years of voter fraud. And he's the head of the police union. You can unpack that any way that you want. The area we're now moving into is still considered SoDo, but we are past the stadiums, and this is mostly an industrial area. As we move maybe another couple of blocks away from the stadiums, there'll be like some restaurants and bars. I think there's like a bank or two, and then that's it. It'll become a bunch of light industrial buildings, warehouses, manufacturing operations, and there is a significant U.S. Postal Service mail sorting facility on this route. And then a couple of fast food restaurants. And that's really about it. The Seattle Police Officers Guild building is located in a very industrial area of South Seattle. It's a very unassuming building. If you're a resident of Seattle, if you've driven down this road, you've probably driven by it 100 times and you've never even realized it. This grocery outlet here, there's a story behind that. This was the only supermarket in this area in the city. And grocery outlet closed. It actually announced its closure before COVID, before any of the protests or anything else was going on. And I believe they closed like in March, right around the time when COVID was really ramping up here, but that was already a planned closure. So this area is now a food desert. And a food desert is defined as in an urban suburban area. The nearest grocery store is 1 or more miles away. And in a rural area, more than 10 miles away. People that live in food deserts, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture and the CDC, have higher obesity, higher diabetes, and worse health because they don't have as much access to fresh food. And so people who live in food deserts tend to eat a lot more processed food. Just a couple of reminders. The camera's up on a pole. I'm not 12 feet tall. I think actually I'm up about 14 feet right now. So I don't see what you see. The camera feeds on a delay. So I see the delay. And what I can visually see is just a bunch of heads. So you have a much better view than me. If things get spicy, just be mindful of that. Sometimes, like in the comments, like, why did you turn the camera? It's like, can't see when things get spicy. And I forgot my squeaky pig. I wanted to bring my squeaky pig, and I forgot it.
They were giving us pizza earlier.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Looks good.
Yeah. I don't know if you really didn't hear me say it. It's like I can't see what it sees. Oh, you did hear. Okay.
I can hear the delay.
Intentional. Intentional.
I know. Now I hear you.
Yeah. Someone just came up and they were just showing me that they're watching the feed. It's pretty interesting. I think I've heard other streamers, like people have come up, and I know this has happened with other streamers, and they're there at the march, but they're watching the stream. And I know, like, this is a pretty big group. This is actually one of the biggest groups I've seen in a while. And I know that I've been in some situations earlier when you were measuring the number of people in the tens of thousands. And I would have people come up to me afterwards and say, hey, we couldn't get up the stage to hear the speakers, meaning the people speaking, because there were so many people, but there was just a whole bunch of us gathered around my phone and we were watching, so thank you for broadcasting. Now let's do a mood check here. Just a reminder, your mods are working hard, and your mods are paid in hearts. So if you love your mods and admins who are in the rear with the gear, then go ahead and spam those hearts and let those mods and admins know they're doing a great job on Facebook. I'm gonna be honest, on Twitch, I don't know what the equivalent is. Whatever it is on Twitch, do that too. And I know on Twitter, Periscope, there's like some heart thing, and I get a point, and I have to get like 200,000 points or some ridiculous number, which like sounds impossible. But yeah, go ahead and do whatever that is too. Like, follow, share, subscribe, watch party. If you're watching on a scrape, don't watch on a scrape. You're just supporting somebody who is taking away somebody else's intellectual property. While they're nice and safe and comfortable on their couch. And I'm out here sweating. Not that I mind the exercise. Cardio. But you should support the original streamer. Whether that's me or anyone else. We do a lot of watch parties of Malcontent and Tango. But we always do a shout out on that person's feed saying, hey, we've started a watch party in solidarity. And then additionally, what we've started to do in the pin post is link back to that original person. So I was explaining a little earlier about how we would move deeper into an industrial area, that we would pass like some fast food restaurants, a little pocket, and that's kind of what we're getting up to. I could see the U.S. Postal facility up ahead, and when we get past there, we're basically in an industrial area from there. It's a pretty hot day here in Seattle. It's not as hot as August 16th. August 16th was frickin' hot. And the other thing on August 16th, we had some thunder, we had some lightning, and we got just enough rain. People from southern states will know what I'm talking about. I lived in Houston for 8 years. We got just enough rain to make it really humid. It just dripped a little bit. But it is, temperature-wise, almost as hot today. Very unusual for us in September. But much stronger winds and very, very dry. Like desert dry in Seattle. Hey, mods and admins, something that I had figured out, just a reminder, we do not have a 4-hour limit on Facebook. Our limit is 8 hours. I can't imagine this is going to go 8 hours. But if you could still give me a heads up when we're at 3 hours, 45 minutes, I just want to make sure we don't get knocked off the air. We are definitely moving much faster than we did almost a month ago. For those of you just tuning in, we are live. We are in Seattle. This is the march to the Seattle Labor Day March of the Seattle Police Officers Guild. Seattle Police Officers Guild is the same as the Officer Benevolent Association or Police Union. Mike Solon is the perfect villain in this story. And what I mean by the perfect villain is you either love him or you hate him. And there's just no in between. Well, James, if you don't like it, then you can go away. I don't know why you're watching this communist channel then. Bye, James. Everybody say goodbye to James. We have showed James the virtual door. All right. We're coming up to the U.S. Postal Facility. Here's a fun fact for you. The largest employer of veterans in the United States is the U.S. Postal Service. If you hate the Postal Service, you hate veterans. Hey, I got my 6 miles for the day. Just to remember, we love our trolls. We love you because the Facebook AI doesn't care if you're a troll. All it cares about is that eyeballs are watching the stream. And the more eyeballs watch the stream, the higher up we go in the AI. And the more people that really want to see the stream discover it. So thank you for amplifying Black voices by watching the stream today. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you, U.S. Postal Service. The largest employer of veterans in the United States. The name of the song is playing is Bella Ciao. It's Italian. The melody, wow, that was close to the power lines. The melody has been adopted by a number of artists and countries with different words, but the original version is Italian and it's called Bella Ciao. Don't know if I'm framing up this mural here. Great mural showing about Soto and the history of Soto, and again, south of Dome. If you're looking at that car wash sign up ahead going, wow, I think I've seen that, you would be correct. This is the Elephant Car Wash. This sign has been in Seattle for decades. There's actually 2 of them. And this car wash has been used in movies, TV shows, music videos, photo shoots. And so it is definitely a very famous and iconic sign. And it is definitely part of Seattle. Well, I'll give this for Matthew. He is a persistent little cuss. As I said,
Oh my god, damn, dude.
he is a person.
We've all been saved. You can go home now.
The thing is that Matthew is universally reviled by protesters on both sides. We have covered Seattle police officer give rallies. We've covered Trump rallies. Matthew has shown up at those, and he has been met with even harsher reception at those rallies. So don't be hating on a Christian dude, because the whole city can't stand this guy, like literally. And we have the videos, I can back it up.
Motherfucker, you are gonna give me a heart attack, I swear to Christ.
Get it close, tighten up.
Everybody walking past, like, yeah, we know what
We're passing a bikini barista stand. That's what the chatter is. And there's some dude like in a commercial truck up there. And it's bad optics. If I was feeling particularly snarky, I would have turned the camera, but I'm in a good mood today, so.
Get it close, tighten up. Tighten up, there's not much space here.
All around you, bro. All around you. People have tried all different tactics with him, both on the left and the right, both sides. I've seen people try to, hey, let's get on our knees and pray. I've literally seen people try that with him. He won't do it. Oh, we're basically here. Yeah, we're here. That's what I'm saying. It's a very unassuming building. And we moved pretty quick for 1.8 miles. So we're going to change position.
Well, what's funny is Jamie Pump stuck that up here.
You think so?
Oh, she came up here with a grip, or came around with a grip from one day. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to take a smoke break.
Prescott, no!
Well, this is not the same reception we got on August 16th, that is for sure. And so what we're going to do, no, you're good, you're good.
Guys, grab everyone in front of you. We need help. Everybody, even you guys up there, come on, grab someone in front of you.
The department has no interest in hearing the needs of the people. The Seattle Police Department does not have any interest in elevating their ability to respond instead of react to black citizens, marginalized and disenfranchised people of Seattle.
So what's going on? If you see the camera wiggling around for a little bit, I am putting my respirator on just because there's a high opportunity that this could go south really fast. So if you see things wiggling around, it's just because I'm putting my respirator on. So what I'm going to have to do is just, there's music playing. There's music playing, it's playing from SPOG. And again, you're going to have to just excuse me here for a minute, because things can just go south here really fast.
They are playing it from the spot.
So,
They're coming around the corner now.
I got it. I just don't know why it got all unstrapped. Nope. Well, they just rolled in fast. Pepper spray out. Pepper spray out. Flashbangs are out. Flashbangs are out. Seattle police units are coming from the south. Flashbangs are out. Multiple units are coming up the road from the south.
Give me a fucking chemical! Get 90s on the north side now!
Seattle police are spread out, multiple locations. All right, Seattle police are starting to move in a riot line. Flashbangs are out. The flashbangs that are deployed are the kinds with pepper spray in them. They're pepper balls, essentially. So it's spicy. The wind is dispersing it quickly. Woo!
Come on, let's go. Violence! No reason! Violence! No reason! Violence!
So I've got hearing protection in now. The officers in the gray are SWAT. They are authorized to use tear gas
go, you guys, let's go.
No, we're gonna cut them off. I'm talking to you, babe.
Yeah, they're asking for pulling out.
Just slowly backing up.
Did you get it, babe? Thank you.
Well, to say that escalated quickly would be an understatement.
Protesters, please keep moving forward.
Yo, let me see that.
Protesters, let's go, let's go, let's go. Everybody, let's go to the place. Get back over here.
Well, to say that things escalated quickly. Go, go, go! Yeah, they're doing the same thing. Interesting. They are definitely not going after NGL or press like they did on the 16th. So far, National Lawyers Guild has been able to operate. Oh, Jesus, Matthew, seriously, bro. Shut. Flashbags out. Flashbags out. Flashbags out. Don't run. Fuck me. God damn it.
Keep walking, man.
Ah, right off my. Another flash. I say. If you want an idea on how much Matthew annoys me, I ran across the friggin' lines. Something I always tell streamers, don't do.
Kill every fucking cop.
Firework. I'm okay. I think in the end, gonna have a bruised thumb. All right.
Yo, 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 slow down, everyone.
Behind you.
Okay?
Oh, can't one of you guys throw a flashbang at Matthew? Just one. Well, now I'm not where I want to be, that's for sure. All right. Matthew's looking a little tired. There are medics trying to treat the wounded. They're essentially trying to move people who can't see. They keep them moving. I have to dip the camera. So, pepper sprays out, pepper sprays out. Flashbangs are out. There's people in front of me that, you know, they're just kind of walking like it's a Sunday stroll. They need to pick up the pace.
Get behind me, strong! Go! You too, press dude, they're gonna get you!
Cardio. Well, never a dull moment in Seattle. This dude has been devastated with pepper spray. So, to give you some dimension on how fast we're moving, we are almost back to T-Mobile Park. I'm just walking with the group. So I really can't see what's going on behind me. No, they're close. What's that? I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her. Okay, okay. If anybody's got eyes on Christina and Tia, put a word out in the comments, please. We're now all the way back to 4th Avenue and South Walker. Oop, sorry. SPD is on bikes. I'd say they're pushing people back at a good steady 4 miles an hour. The pole's bouncing, nothing I can do. Just I have to keep moving with the herd. One of the problems on this route is there isn't a lot of places where you can fan out.
We're on the street, almost at the stadium. Your little clubhouse is back there. Go fuck yourself.
Some people choose to be temporary.
Well, I don't know what that guy's thinking.
You'll be all right.
So basically, the march ended, nothing happened. And SPD just came in like a pack of wolves.
The guys in gray, they're SWAT. They will deploy in
There's another person in front of me, wounded pretty good or bad.
I'm trying to get her help, but she didn't want it. Keep moving.
So, don't know. I don't know what this is, what caused it, what started it. Don't know. Ah, God. Oh, I really got it that time. Woo! Spicy.
You throw chemical weapons and military grade explosives. Hey, run! Move back! Run! Go, John! 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 Get out of here! Come on, John! Leave! Go to the back of the kid! You can run to jail! Move! Go! Do you feel powerful with your bike? Do you feel powerful? You cannot scare me! You are a little man! You are a little man! I'll move back! Keep moving! Get ready to hit you! beat your wife! I bet you beat your wife! I bet you beat your wife! I bet you beat your wife!
Sorry, Isaac, sorry. Keep getting in her frame.
No good cops in a racist system!
So, I was going to put my mask on, and all hell broke loose. And so this whole time, I have not been able to put my mask on. And I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. It's not my first rodeo. I mean, I'm on fire, but
You need anything, let me know.
yeah.
They're marching! They're moving!
Here, is that your guys?
So what's happening is the wind is really picked up. And this whole time, I've been walking with my damn respirator in my hand. Because I haven't had 30 seconds to slide it over my head. They moved in completely unprovoked. Yeah, I got a bruise growing on my left thumb. Oh well.
We do this every night! Together, stay tight! We do this every night! Together, stay tight! We do this every night! Together, stay tight! We do this every night!
This way now, this way now.
Behind you, behind you. All right, I found Christina. So anybody's watching the feed, people that are asking me where's Christina, I found her. She's okay. She's still streaming. Oh, are we gonna have DJ Elrad Light and his bad disco dance again? Get on the other side of the bus. Don't get squished up on the bus. Don't get funneled on the bus. Are we having fun yet, Seattle? Happy Labor Day.
Over here. All right. Oh man, I didn't know what happened to you.
I will say that SPD's were.
Did you get this?
Yeah.
This is worse than Tricky Dick. Nobody did put together.
Well, for those of you who are younger than Boomer or Gen X, Tricky Dick is a reference to Richard Nixon.
And every behind it, Bill Helps is a Watergate. The top plate of the buzzer.
Jesus. Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good. Got it. Thank you. Everyone's saying slow down, slow down. I slowed down. I got run over.
Oh man. Got in my throat. And then I went off to the side.
What I suspect is that my GoPro video is probably bad on both cameras. The chemical agents really adhere to the lenses on the GoPros. They're just probably streaked to hell. There are some really resilient people that I'm seeing who are walking and moving, and their skin is just as red as a boiled lobster.
Wait, what was that song you're playing?
We had a real good vantage point from where I was at. I don't know what the high angle camera saw or didn't see, but I know what I saw. And I think in trying to get my mask in place, I think the camera got spun 180 degrees, but there was nothing happening. If you go back, when you can go back and rewind, I think you'll hear my voice is pretty calm. I'm just like, you know, I think I'm just gonna put my respirator on because things are probably gonna go, and then like, boom. It just went from 0 to 100 in a flash. All right, here comes DJ El Rad Light. Yeah, spicy. I'm burning. Well, I just gave out trying to put on my respirator and bagged it up.
You want us dead? I know you heard that. Yeah, you looked right at me.
Well,
Oh, you're so strong. Oh, we got a strong boy. He's embarrassed.
I guess I should turn around more often. I was like, hey, let's give you guys a shot. Okay, you know what? Let's not give you guys a shot. Let's just keep moving.
You're out of the area, dickhead. Put it down in the move. Put it down in the move. There you go.
Hey.
Get together! Let's go!
Please know if they fuck with you, okay?
Sorry.
Fuck you, pussy! Fucking caltrops. Fuck you, pussy!
Pull cab! So if you're just tuning in, we are live. We are in Seattle. This was the Labor Day March to the Seattle Police Officers Guild, aka
Left side!
aka the Police Union Benevolent Association. A group that I would estimate was at least 300 people.
You okay?
Marched 1.8 miles to SPOG down 4th. SPOG was fenced off. They arrived and almost instantly and unprovoked, Seattle police came in with a massive show of force against the group. There have been multiple arrests. Pepper spray, colored UV spray, blast balls, and pepper balls. On the protester side, at least one firework. Yeah. Hey, thank you. Oh, is that dystopian or what? On the protester side, at least one firework, possibly an incendiary device. We came up to an area where there was a patch of fire on the street, but I have no idea what caused that. We did not see the before, the during, only the after. Wow! 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 Thank you! Some individual in a truck has just blocked off SPD. Candidly, at this point, I'm not even sure what part of the city we're in.
We're in Little Saigon.
Thank you.
Right now they're hurting us fucking somewhere. That's why they got the bikes on the side. They're not really for making us rest. I think they want us to go like south. I don't think they want us to go
What the bike officers are doing is basically the same thing that the protesters do,